Hello, my name is Alyssa Reyes, and today I will be describing the parts of homeostasis mechanisms and how they function. Every day, our bodies are working to keep all of our cells, organs, and tissues in order to keep working, and that is called homeostasis. It's helping us maintain a balance in our bodies, from our brain to the blood. They all work to stabilize our internal environment. To the right, I'm going to show a picture/diagram, which kind of gives a little overview of what homeostasis is. It brings a lot of the key factors, organs, that play a big part in homeostasis, from our hypothalamus to the skeletal muscles. We know hypothalamus is the main one that helps us regulate our temperature. Kidneys are the ones that help us maintain our water balance. The blood, of course, distributes heat throughout the body, but it also has to keep a certain pH level range in order for us to survive comfortably. We don't need too much acidic stuff in our body. Then we have our pancreas, which we know, of course, that is with the blood sugar. We know if some people who have that organ isn't working correctly, they aren't able to provide insulin. So that is when they have extra medicine or extra machines to help them be able to regulate their blood sugar. And then to the skeletal muscles, which contract and release heat. So when first learning about homeostasis, probably was in middle school. And the way I was able to remember homeostasis, basically of what the concept is seeing our body as a home. And nobody wants to live in a home that isn't stable or comfortable. So our body, in order to keep us going every day, even just sitting there, our body's already processing homeostasis. This is to help us survive in any conditions or adapt to any conditions that we're not used to. What is homeostasis? When looking up homeostasis, it showed us the definition, which is the maintenance of a consistent internal environmental where our body is stable and our cells are geared, working every day to maintain homeostasis. When talking about homeostasis, we do have three factors that play a big role, which are the receptors, the control center, and the effectors. These three components play a big factor. The receptors are always on the lookout. They're the first one that sense anything out of the ordinary. The control center is where they make the decisions on what actions to take in certain situations. And they send that decision to the effectors. And that is the result of the action being taken. So, to the right, I have a picture of what we're going to be talking about in the next slide are positive and negative feedbacks. This is a positive feedback. When getting ready for childbirth, women's bodies release a hormone to widen and cause contractions to have childbirth much easier. Well, not easier, but more frequently and not painful. So it starts up with sending the receptors in the uterus, sending the signals to the brain, which releases I can't even say the word. And this causes our muscles to contract, and this speeds up the process of a baby delivery. This is a positive feedback. And another example, this is going to be a negative feedback. So we know when our bodies get really cold, we start to shiver. This is considered a negative feedback because it's a never-ending loop. So, from freezing and being too hot are considered negative feedbacks. With us living in Texas, you know the heat isn't no joke. So we sweat, a lot of sweat. And that is how our bodies are letting homeostasis regulate our body temperature and not overheat. Our nerves, which are the sensors, send a signal to the brain, aka the decision makers, on what actions to send to our sweat glands, and this is what causes the sweat process. The sweating is going to be the result of our bodies lowering the temperature for us to be comfortable. But it's the same case also for when it's really cold. We begin to shiver, and that causes us to increase our body's temperature. And these are examples of negative feedbacks because it's a never-ending loop. And that'll be all for my presentation.